Floowandereeze got top 4 at YCS Charlotte, which had over 1,000 players. But I think the deck could have taken the crown as well. In today's episode, we're going to be going over my version of the deck and the cards that I feel could have taken it all the way. What's going on, guys? My name is Susu from Head-to-Head Battles, and in today's episode, we're going to be taking a deeper dive into the Floowandereeze deck and the card by card and some of the main combo lines, all right? So, if you guys like content like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell down below and comment down below if you agree or disagree with my card choices and what you would play to make this deck a banger, all right? So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, so the first card we are playing is Robina. Now, when Robina gets normal summoned, she will add you a level 4 or lower wing beast from your deck to your hand, which is really cool. And most of the Floowandereeze monsters have the effect that when the face-up card leaves the field, they get banished instead. And when they are banished and you summon another wing beast monster to the field, they will trigger in the banished pile, allowing you to chain block your, the main cards that you want resolving. All right. So the next card we are playing is Triple Eaglin. Eaglin will allow you to add a level 7 or higher wing beast monster from your deck to your hand. All right. Now for the one-ofs, we are playing one Stree and one Token. Now, what Stree does for you is allow you to kind of clear your graveyard and to banish the cards so you can get them back with Token. Now, there are some times where M-Pen will be in the graveyard, so you can normal summon Stree to banish the M-Pen, and then normal summon Token to add the M-Pen back to your hand, and then summon that M-Pen back again, which is really, really nice. And a really cool play with Stree is if you have 2 shifters in hand, you can search yourself a Stree. You can shifter your opponent, use Stree to banish the shifter, and then shifter again when you are allowed to. All right, and finally we're playing the one barrier statue of the Stormwinds. This card is really good against the meta because a lot of the meta decks right now mainly summon darks and lights or earths, right? So barrier statue of Stormwinds is a really good card. Next, we're playing Triple Dimension Shifter. I've been preaching D-Shifter since the card has come out. This card is wildly popular and insanely good against any combo deck, right? Because like most combo decks need their pieces either in the grave or in the hand or on the field, but because anything gets banished under Shifter, this card is really, really powerful. All right, now for our big baddies, we're playing one Ryza, one M-Pen, and one Mist Valley Avian Apex. Now, M-Pen is really good because it says that any special summon monster in attack cannot even attempt to activate their card effects, which is really, really good. So most of the time their monsters are going to be in defense position, and it has a damage calc effect where you can banish a card from your hand, and that's any card, to cut the attacking monster's attack and defense by half. Now, Ryza is really cool because it helps you to kind of stack your own deck and add itself back to hand if you tributed a wind monster, which you will. And Mist Valley Avian Apex basically is an Omni Negate where the Apex Avian also returns to hand, and that's why we're only playing one of each big one, because 2 of them we can recycle via their own effects, and the M-Pen we can recycle via Stree and Token. All right, now we're playing one Lancia, one searchable DD Crow. This is really, really good against any deck that's playing DPE and Celestial, which every deck is playing DPE and Celestial. And the one Lancia you'll see later are for the crossouts, right? So that's it for our monster lineup. Now for our spell lineup, we're playing Triple Floowandereeze and Magnificent Map. This is the best card in your entire deck. This card helps you to play through Ash, because even if they Ash any part of the Magnificent Map effect, you still get to normal summon, because this essentially allows you to normal summon twice by revealing a level 1 Floowandereeze and then banishing one from deck, allowing you to go absolutely full combo. And this card is really good because if you don't want to search the Dreaming Town, which is the one trap that we do play, when your opponent normal summons, or if they normal summon, this basically acts like Dreaming Town. All right, next we're playing the new card, Floowandereeze and Advent of Adventure. It might be smart to cut Book of Moon down to 2 or even 1, because this essentially works like Book of Moon because it banishes for cost, so it dodges Impermanent Veiler, and it adds you Magnificent Map or any Floowandereeze monster, and it gives you plus 500 life points, which is really powerful, and it does come up. All right, next we're playing Triple Book of Moon. So Book of Moon is basically there to kind of proactively play your combos, because you can Book of Moon dodge Impermanent Veiler, but you can use Book of Moon defensively as well and offensively by, turn 2, if you're going second, you can just Book of Moon and use these to bait out negates, because they, have to negate it or they don't get the negates, period, right? Next, we're playing triple Pot of Prosperity. This deck does sometimes brick, but this probably is the least brickiest part of any deck because we only run one of each big one, so we really shouldn't be seeing them. But if we do, Pot of Prosperity gets us there. Now, next we're playing triple Pot of Duality. Even if you resolve Prosperity, you can resolve Duality as well. Now, the Duality restriction of you can't special summon doesn't matter because this deck strictly only normal summons and only special summons turn 3 if you went first or turn 4 if you went second. All right, next we're playing triple main deck Dark Ruler No More. Dark Ruler No More is really good because generally speaking, you know, our goal isn't to OTK our opponent, but it's to kind of break apart the board, spin back cards with Ryza, and then set up a board so that they don't play, so that we can, you know, slowly kind of pick away at their life points. But Dark Ruler is really good because there are some times where your opponent sets up like 50 monster negates, but if you have Dark Ruler, then you're chilling, right? Next, we're playing double Crossout Designator and one Call by the Grave. We're playing the one Lancia for Crossout Designator because Lancia does hurt, but to be quite honest with you, I might bump the deck up to 42 and play one Droll and one Ash in conjunction with the Designators, because Droll actually hurts the deck a lot more, and Ash actually sometimes hurts more than Lancia, okay? Next, we're playing one Floowandereeze and the Unexplored Winds. This card is insanely good because it sends a card on your opponent's side of the field to use it as tribute summon fodder, which is really, really good. And on top of that, after you go full combo and after you've like kind of out-resourced your opponent, you end up with like multiple copies of the same Floowandereeze name. This card helps you to kind of put them to the bottom of the deck and draw 2 fresh cards, which is insanely good. And then we're playing the one Dreaming Town, which basically allows you to summon, and then, you know, you summon the Robina in your hand, you go Robina Chainlink 1, add you the Crow, and then Eagle and Chainlink 2 to add your Ryza, and then you summon Ryza to, you know, kind of prepare to break your opponent's board down. All right, so that's it for the main deck. Let's move over to the extra deck. Okay, so our extra deck is mainly utility cards. We're playing the Zeus package. This is the literalist bird that allows you to attack directly for the amount of materials it has, which is going to be 2, and then you're going to overlay it with Downer Magician and then overlay the Zeus, effectively giving you 2 Zeuses. Now, for our link monsters, we're playing the one BLS Soldier of Chaos, the one Anima, and the one Underworld Goddess. The Floowandereeze deck really floods the main board really, really well. And if there's a monster that you cannot out, Underworld Goddess definitely gets you there. Anima is for people who generally don't play around columns, which is really, really good. We're playing the one Area, the Water Charmer, and one Win, because these are both ones that we can make. We cannot make Lino or the Dark because we simply don't play lights or darks, okay? Now, the rest of the extra deck is basically utility cards, just in case, you know, you're up against an Invoke player with Maximus. We're playing the one Wind Pegasus, the one Omega, and the one Shurag. The Shurag is really cool because it adds you a Winged Beast monster if sent to the graveyard. Omega allows you to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, and Wind Pegasus basically allows you to spin a card when it's in the graveyard, which will be, okay? Next, we're playing one Prima Donna, which will help us get into our water Winged Beast. We're playing one Mechaba, one Nova, and one Entis. So basically, if they Maximus, you can send Entis Nova. You can pop a card and summon the Mechaba off the Nova effect, just in case you're wondering why these cards are even in the main deck. All right, so that's our extra deck. Let's move over to the side deck. All right, so our side deck is pretty simple, okay? We're playing the one Harpy's Feather Duster. We're playing triple Cyclone. We're playing Cyclone over Twin Twister because Cyclone is just simply better up against like the Elec matchup. We're playing triple Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm in conjunction with Dark Ruler definitely helps clear the board. If you cannot afford Lightning Storms, I do recommend you play Raigeki. And if you guys do want a budget Floowandereeze deck profile, leave a like on this video. And if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll be posting that budget Floowandereeze list. All right, next, we're playing triple Anti-Spell Fragrance. We're playing triple Anti-Spell Fragrance and Darksome Morgue. This combination of card is really, really funny because Anti-Spell Fragrance basically says that your opponent needs to set spell cards to use them next turn, but Darksome Morgue basically says your opponent can't set cards. So now not only can they not set the traps, but they can't set the spells either. In the mirror match, Anti-Spell and Darksome Morgue is basically FTK against the Floowandereeze player, because if you have this and on top of that you have the Unexplored Winds, you're literally winning the mirror match, okay? Next, we're playing triple Harpy's Feather Storm. Feather Storm is really insane because most combos you'll have M-Pen on the board, and if you have a set Feather Storm with M-Pen, you're generally your opponent definitely doesn't get to play a turn, because this stops basically any monster effect, even ones from hand. We're playing one Floowandereeze and the Scary Sea, which basically negates a special summon, which is really powerful. Definitely not so great against the mirror match, but powerful nonetheless. All right, guys. So that's it for the deck profile. Let's move over to the main combo lines. All right, so I'm going to show you the main 2-card combo line for this deck, and it's pretty simple. All right, so we're going to activate Map, and then we're going to use Map Effect to reveal the Robina and allowing us to banish the Eaglin from our deck. Now, we're going to immediately summon the Robina, and we're going to go Robina Chainlink 1, Eaglin Chainlink 2, which will help chain block the Robina, so it will resolve because Eaglin is not an ashable effect, okay? So we're going to add the Eaglin back to hand, and we're going to add Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. And then we're going to normal summon the Eaglin and use Eaglin effect to grab us Floowandereeze and M-Pen from our deck. And then we're going to immediately normal summon by banishing these two, the M-Pen. And we're going to go Chainlink 1 M-Pen and Chainlink 2 Robina, because we didn't use the banish effect of Robina just yet. Now, we're going to add the Robina back to hand and add from our deck Floowandereeze and the Dreaming Town. And from here, we're going to just immediately normal summon the Barrier Statue, because that is the effect of most of the Floowandereeze monsters. We're going to leave the Eaglin here, which is important. We're going to set the Dreaming Town, and then we're going to pass our turn. Now, on our opponent's turn, not only do they have to go past the Stormwinds, when I activate Dreaming Town, see, this is what happens, right? So I'm going to activate Dreaming Town, summon Robina. I'm going to use Robina effect to add us the singular DD Crow that we play in the deck, because it is searchable and it does come up a lot. So we're going to add DD Crow to our hand, after Eaglin is back in the hand. And then we're going to normal summon the Eaglin, which will grab us a Ryza. Now, we're going to then use these 2 cards to summon the Ryza, and then the Ryza effect to spin cards off the field. Now, generally speaking, after your opponent normal summons, you don't even need to use the trap card, because you can use the effect of Map to normal summon anyways. But the trap is really good in the graveyard as well, because you can banish it to kind of Book of Moon all your opponent's monsters, which is really, really cool. Now, with the addition of Floowandereeze and the advent of Adventure, you generally have 6 copies of Magnificent Map, which is the reason we're not playing Terraforming, because Terraforming, they can draw you on Terraforming, which hurts a lot. And on top of that, we are playing 3 Dualities and 3 Prosperities, which basically boost the consistency of this deck by an insane amount. And on top of that, since we're only playing the 1 M-Pen, the 1 Ryza, and the 1 Mist Avian, Apex Avian, Valley Avian, this card, the deck doesn't play that many bricks. So generally, this does feel like the most consistent version of the deck. And like I said, you can bump up the card list to 42 to add the 1 Ash and the 1 Droll for the Crossout Designator. And even if you don't, use Crossout Designator, those are hand traps that you can draw. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a big favor by liking this video and make sure to be subscribed and comment down below what cards you would change, or if you agree or disagree with anything that I've said in this video. Also, if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll be putting out a budget Floowandereeze deck profile for you budget players out there. And on top of that, there's a video coming out a day or 2 after this, which is the top 5 budget decks of April 2022, going into May of 2022 as well. All right, guys. So I want you guys to be on the lookout for those videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. I don't want to take up any more of your time. This is Susu from Head to Head Battles, signing out.
What's up, guys? If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, all right? Go watch it. This is Susu from Head to Head Battles,
Head to Head Battles,
signing out.